Managing Director, Times Group, Shri Vineet Jain ji, Times Group CEO, Shri N. Subramaniam ji, Group Editor-in-Chief of Times Group, Ms. Navika Kumar ji, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, Namaskar. It gives me immense pleasure to be in the midst of this distinguished gathering and senior media professionals at the 4th edition of Times Now Summit. Citizens of India, from towns and villages, young and old, the rich and the poor, are gearing up to participate in the most sacred festival of India, general elections. Every 5 years, the common man goes to the polling station to exercise their democratic right to give his or her own verdict on the performance of the government of the day. India's democratic traditions have been applauded around the world. The theme of today's summit, India Unstoppable, is indeed apt. The last decade has been transformational in the journey of our nation. India's robust economic growth has been powered on the strength of strong institution and independent financial regulator, independent judiciary, and a vocal and independent media. Honorable Prime Minister Mr. Modi has already projected that India will emerge as the third largest economy of the world in the next 5 years. Let us look at some numbers which reflect the changing face of aspirational India, which captures the story of unstoppable India. The number of bank accounts opened under the PM Jan Dhan Yojana has crossed 50 crores. More than 130 crores Indians have Aadhaar card. More than 120 crores Indians have their own mobile phones. This trinity of Jan Dhan, Aadhaar and mobile phone has revolutionized the digital economy of India. People from around the world are stunned to see how the common street vendor is transacting business on the streets with his mobile phone. Millions of women in India have been empowered in this new age economy and are doing this business sitting at home. Apart from this, a new dynamics of service delivery has been created and all welfare schemes of the central government are delivered through direct benefit transfer. The whole architecture of governance has undergone a sea change. Transparency of the service delivery is the defining mantra. It was not too far ago when a sitting Prime Minister confessed candidly that of the 1 rupee sanctioned by the central government, only 10 paisa reached the actual beneficiary. This is a thing of past. एक कहावत है, जब कोई व्यक्ति अंधकार से लड़ने का साहस कर लेता है, तो एकमात्र जुगनू सारे अंधकार को हर लेता है. हमारे प्रधानमंत्री जी ने ये इस कविता को चरितार्थ करके दिखाया है. There is now a new energy in youth of our country, which is our biggest strength. Nearly 2/3 of Indians are below the age of 35. There are nearly 450 million millennials in India, which is a force to reckon with. This will turn out to be the biggest asset for India, and the youth of India will fill the skill gap of the world, which is increasingly seeing a growing population. India has the third largest startup ecosystem in the world, growing at nearly 15% annually. Today, 1 out of every 10 unicorns are born in India. Youngsters in the startup space are no longer coming just for metropolitan cities, but from Tier 2 and Tier 3 cities also. This diversification demonstrates the power of aspirational youth in India. It also captures the business environment prevailing in the country, where ease of doing business is the central pillar of economic policy. The remarkable transformation in infrastructure space has caught the imagination of the world. Even the remotest corners of India in the northeast have functional civilian airports. There were just 74 airports in 2014. The number has doubled in 10 years, and now we have 148 airports. The phenomenal pace of construction of national highways, more than 28 kilometers a day, is indeed an amazing feat. A vast network of expressways has added momentum growth trajectory. The new age trains Vande Bharat and Amrit Bharat are being appreciated by each citizen of the country. PM Gati Shakti will now power the infrastructure journey and unlock the economic potential of the logistics sector. Innovation in clean transportation is another area where India has made impressive gains in the last 5 years. It was unthinkable a decade ago that India will be amongst the world's top nations manufacturing electric buses, cars, and two-wheelers. The FAME scheme has ushered a revolution in the automobile industry, and Indian companies are emerging as among the top global brands in this space. A few months ago, all of us witnessed with pride India's leadership role in the G20 summit, which was convened in a difficult geopolitical backdrop. The whole world applauded the Prime Minister Modi's role in bringing consensus at the summit. Leaders of the nation also saw the transformation of that part of Delhi which hosted the summit. It was an occasion to step in and work along with a team of officers to ensure that the national capital is spruced up and prepared to receive dignitaries from around the world. The entire team worked tirelessly to ensure that there were befitting arrangements for a global event of that scale. Delhi is a melting pot of India. Apart from being its political capital, it attracts professionals, migrants, and youngsters who move to the city in search of better life prospects. When we view the city from the lens of infrastructure planning, we have to factor in the larger NCR area with a growing population. Delhi has a pivotal role to play in achieving the goal of Viksit Bharat. Compared to the major capital cities, Delhi lagged behind with some legacy issues. However, in the last 2 years, concerted efforts have been made to make Delhi a truly global and inclusive destination. We are streamlining the businesses and licensing processes, making it easier than ever to invest and create jobs. Today, the city has 2 world-class convention centers, Yashobhoomi and Bharat Mandapam. These have emerged as overbooked destinations for conventions, meetings, exhibitions, and workshops. During the last 1 year, we gave permission to 750 business establishments to operate on a 24/7 basis. Permissions have also been granted to 5-star and 4-star hotels to operate restaurants and bars on 24/7 basis. With my intervention, the MCD has now started granting licenses for open space dining to the existing eateries. Permission has also granted for creating a special economic zone at Delhi Airport that will further boost the economic growth. A major reform in the old licensing regime has been introduced with a modified unified portal for licensing of eating, boarding, lodging and establishments in Delhi. The licenses that were earlier taking 3 years to be issued can now be obtained in just 49 days. Delhi Metro has changed the face of urban mobility. Delhi also now has more than 1,650 electric buses inducted as part of FAME scheme of Government of India. The regional rail project, which will connect Delhi with Meerut, will alter the dynamics of urban housing, work opportunities and mobility. Delhi Development Authority has drawn up an ambitious plan to develop an education city in Narela. It has also launched an ambitious Delhi Gramodyog Abhiyan to develop the villages of Delhi that have so far remained deprived of even basic amenities. It is also my ambition to develop a gold souk in Delhi, for which we have already initiated a dialogue with the Gems and Jewelry Export Council of Ministry of Commerce. DDA has also entered into collaborative arrangements with Archaeological Survey of India for restoring and preserving heritage monuments. The Mehrauli Archaeological Park has already been transformed into a recreational space with modern amenities. Works has already begun on restoring the heritage sites and structures as Sanjavan, Shalimar Bagh and Roshanara Bagh. DDA is also developing the entire Yamuna riverfront and creating green open spaces for the citizens of Delhi. Bansera, which used to be a dump yard of construction waste, has already been transformed into a large bamboo grove, which is drawing thousands of citizens every day. Asita is another new destination of Yamuna floodplain that has been reclaimed from a wasteland. मैं आप सभी से ये रिक्वेस्ट करता हूँ कि आप एक बार बांसेरा और असीता जरूर जाके देखें और शायद आपको ये नहीं महसूस होगा कि हम आप दिल्ली के किसी पार्ट में हैं। In the coming months, we shall be intensifying our efforts to transform Delhi into the world-class capital in line with the Prime Minister's ambition of Viksit Bharat. Friends, all of you have a crucial role to play in presenting a fair picture of political, social, and economic developments before the people of this country. Media is a crucial institution which lends strength to our democratic tradition. I am sure that all of you are conscious of the enormous responsibility which you carry upon your shoulders. बचपन में हम सभी ने एक मुहावरा सुना होगा, लोहे के चने चबाना, और मुझे याद है कि इसका अर्थ बताया जाता था कि मुश्किल काम करना। लेकिन मैं आपसे आज इस बात को शेयर करना चाहता हूं कि दिल्ली में आकर मुझे इस मुहावरे का सही अर्थ मालूम पड़ा। यहां हर काम को करने के लिए लोहे के चने ही चबाने जैसा है। आप जिस काम को करने की कोशिश करते हैं उससे ज्यादा बड़ी फोर्सेस उस काम को रोकने का काम करती हैं, और अगर आपने वो काम कर लिया तो कुछ फोर्सेस उसका श्रेय अपने ऊपर लेने का भी काम करती हैं। तो ऐसे हालात में दिल्ली में काम करना वास्तव में लोहे के चने चबाने जैसा ही है। लेकिन मैं ये कहना चाहूंगा, उसके बावजूद भी काम हुए हैं। ना मैं गिरा, न मेरी उम्मीद के मीनार गिरे। ना मैं गिरा, न मेरी उम्मीद के मीनार गिरे। हाँ, मुझे गिराने में कई लोग कई बार गिरे। थैंक यू।
बिफोर वी लेट यू गो एलजी साहब, आप एक मीडिया नेटवर्क टाइम्स नाउ के समिट पर आए हैं, तो एक हेडलाइन तो बनती है। तो दिल्ली में इस वक्त जो हाल चल रहे हैं, मैं आपसे पूछना चाहती हूं कि विल ऑल ऑफ अस बी बाइस्टैंडर्स? सरकार क्या जेल से चलेगी, और क्या हम सब हेल्पलेस ही रहेंगे? हेलो,
मैं दिल्ली की जनता को एश्योर कर सकता हूं कि सरकार जेल से नहीं चलेगी।
बहुत बड़ी बात कही आपने, लेकिन मैं ये भी जानती हूं कि आप अपने आप को रिलैक्स करने के लिए कई बार पोइट्री, गानों का बहुत शौक रखते हैं। आज इस मौके पर फिट होता हुआ अगर कोई शायरी या कोई गीत सुना दे।
देखिए, ये ओकेजन नहीं है गाना गाने का, और मैं गाता हूं, ये सच है, इसमें कोई शक नहीं है। लेकिन मैंने आज तक कभी किसी महफिल में नहीं गाया, और खासतौर से इतनी बड़ी महफिल का तो मैं सपना भी नहीं सोच सकता हूं गाने के लिए। मैं एक बाथरूम सिंगर हूं, और बाथरूम में जब आप नॉब ऑन करते हैं, जो ठंडा पानी आता है, तो उस वक्त सुर कुछ और निकलते हैं, और अचानक जब उसमें से बहुत गर्म पानी आने लगता है तो आपको मालूम है सुर बिल्कुल बदल जाते हैं। क्योंकि हमारे यहाँ कोई ऑटोमेटिक बाथरूम में सारे सिस्टम्स नहीं है, सब मैनुअली हैं। मैं ये भी बताना चाहता हूँ आपको। नाविका जी, आप नारी शक्ति का रूप हैं, और आपने मुझसे ये कहा है कुछ गाने के लिए, तो मैं गाऊंगा तो नहीं, लेकिन मुझे सिलसिला फिल्म का एक अमिताभ बच्चन साहब का जो मैं और मेरी तन्हाई याद आ रहा है, उसको मैं कोशिश कर रहा हूं आपको सुनाने की। मैं और मेरी तन्हाई अक्सर ये बातें करते हैं, तुम होती तो कैसा होता, तुम ये कहती, तुम वो कहती, तुम इस बात पे हैरान होती, तुम उस बात पे कितना हंसती, तुम होती तो ऐसा होता, तुम होती तो वैसा होता। ये रात है या तुम्हारी जुल्फें खुली हुई हैं, है चांदनी या तुम्हारी नजरों से मेरी रातें धुली हुई हैं। ये चांद है या तुम्हारा कंगन, सितारे हैं या तुम्हारा आंचल, हवा का झोंका है या तुमने चुपके से कुछ कहा है पत्तियों की सरसराहट या तुमने चुपके से कुछ कहा है। सोचता हूं कब से ये गुमसुम, जबकि मुझको भी ये खबर है कि तुम नहीं हो, कहीं नहीं हो, मगर दिल है कि कह रहा है तुम यहीं हो, यहीं कहीं हो। मजबूर ये हालात इधर भी हैं उधर भी, तन्हाई की एक रात इधर भी है उधर भी, कहने को बहुत कुछ है मगर किससे कहें हम, कब तक यूं ही खामोश रहें और सहें हम। दिल कहता है दुनिया की हर रस्म उठा दें, दीवार जो हम दोनों में है आज गिरा दें, क्यों दिल में सुलगते रहें लोगों को बता दें, हाँ हमको मोहब्बत है मोहब्बत है मोहब्बत है। अब दिल में यही बात इधर भी है और उधर भी।